Hey guys, Throwback TV here, and today I'm going to be going through every animated Batman TV show ever. From 1968 to 2024, there have been many great Batman TV shows, so sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. The Adventures of Batman, 1968. The Adventures of Batman, 1968 was the first ever animated Batman TV show. It ran from 1968 to 1969 and had only one season with 17 episodes. After the 1966 Batman series starring Adam West grew in mainstream popularity, cartoons based on Gotham's Dark Knight were produced to match his success. This show comprised the Batman segments from the Batman-Superman Hour, with Olin Soul taking on Adam West's role, while Casey Kasem, who voiced Shaggy on Scooby-Doo, replaced Burt Ward as Robin. The Adventures of Batman was later rebranded with the title Batman with Robin the Boy Wonder. From there, the animated show spawned Super Friends as a successor series. It also enjoyed crossovers with the new Scooby-Doo movies. Given the time frame in which it aired, the show is understandably dated, but it has some charming elements and marks an important stepping stone in Batman's animated history. Super Friends. Super Friends paired Batman with other DC superheroes and ran from 1973 to 1985 and had 9 seasons with a total of 93 episodes. Following the success of the first Batman cartoon, as well as the animated appearances of heroes like Superman and Aquaman elsewhere, the heroes came together along with other members of DC Comics' pantheon in 1973 for Super Friends. While Batman wasn't the sole star of the series, both he and Robin played crucial roles as part of the main cast. Super Friends was cancelled after the first season, but it was later revived under a new title, Challenge of the Super Friends. The show then moved through other titles like the Superpowers Team, Galactic Guardians, before it was ultimately cancelled again in 1985. Much like the Batman series that paved the way for it, Super Friends in all its iterations shows its age, but was a crucial turning point in the Justice League becoming one of the most iconic superhero teams in pop culture. The New Adventures of Batman. The New Adventures of Batman leaned into Batman's goofy charm and ran for just one season for 16 episodes in 1977. The New Batman Adventures was seen as a spiritual successor to the Batman show that preceded it. However, it boasted markedly improved animation quality and the welcome return of Adam West and Burt Ward in their original roles, years after their own live-action show was cancelled. West and Ward continued to excel in the roles, giving the characters that brand of goofy charm that earned them so much affection. With the animation medium allowing the production team to get more creative, the New Adventures of Batman veered into even zanier directions by introducing Bat-Mite, their otherworldly sidekick from the comics. Much like Scrappy-Doo from Scooby-Doo or Kazoo from the Flintstones, Bat-Mite wasn't the best of ideas long-term, and he was partly the reason the New Adventures of Batman was so short-lived. Batman, the Animated Series. Batman the Animated Series is the undisputed best Batman TV show of all time. The legendary show ran from 1992 to 1995 for 2 seasons with a total of 85 episodes. Batman, the Animated Series is arguably the greatest superhero cartoon to date, earning groundbreaking success with its take on the Dark Knight. Bruce Timm and Paul Dini created a fresh continuity bolstered by nuanced writing for its heroes and villains, as well as timeless Gothic art direction. Both in terms of thematic substance and technical achievements, BTAS is one of the most revolutionary animated shows ever developed. Just as importantly, the show was also the start of the shared DC animated universe, paving the way for shows like Superman, the Animated Series, and Justice League. Kevin Conroy's Batman and Mark Hamill's Joker have become revered. Both actors continued to voice their respective characters until Conroy's unfortunate passing in November 2022. The New Batman Adventures. This series was a direct continuation of Batman the Animated Series and ran for one season with 24 episodes from 1997 to 1999. When Batman, the Animated Series ended, it was revived with a new art style to match what Superman, the Animated Series, had been doing at the time. This resulted in 2 solid extra seasons for that version of Batman, even though fans weren't fond of every redesign, especially the Joker's new look. The new Batman adventures provided several engaging new storylines, highlighting the hero's supporting cast, including villains like Harley Quinn. It also proved Batman was still marketable despite the most recent and critically panned movie at the time, Batman Robin. The character's further success in the DCAU led to another sequel series that became a cult classic, Batman Beyond. Batman Beyond took the DC animated universe in a bold, cyberpunk direction. The series ran from 1999 to 2001 for 3 seasons with a total of 52 episodes. A distant sequel to the animated series, The New Batman Adventures, and both Justice League cartoons, Batman Beyond was the hit no one knew they wanted. Considering the staggering legacy the brand carried even then, Batman Beyond made a massive gamble by retiring Bruce Wayne, but it gained a cult following that helped it last a few seasons before being canceled. Combining the teenage elements of Spider-Man and the cyberpunk setting of Blade Runner with The Dark Knight was bold, but it allowed for one of the most inventive renditions of Batman's world. Terry went on to feature in comics and an official 75th anniversary short, as well as getting a final wrap-up in the Justice League Unlimited animated series. Justice League and Justice League Unlimited. These shows made Batman the team's strategic genius. Justice League ran from 2001 to 2004 for 2 seasons with 52 episodes. And its successor series Justice League Unlimited ran from 2004 to 2006 for 3 seasons with 39 episodes in total. DC Animated Universe shows like Batman, the animated series, and Superman. The animated series enjoyed great success and gave the characters staying power in mainstream spaces. Thanks to that acclaim, they laid the groundwork for the first proper TV appearance in DC's hit animated series Justice League and Justice League Unlimited. Kevin Conroy again voiced Batman as he joined heroes like Wonder Woman, Flash, Green Lantern, and Hawkgirl for the first 2 seasons. As deservedly acclaimed as the original team-up series was, Justice League Unlimited's sequel series built on that success with its even more diverse roster of heroes and an impressive balance of episodic storytelling and continuity-heavy arcs. The Batman. The Batman followed Bruce Wayne early in his crime-fighting career and ran from 2004 to 2008 for 5 seasons with a total of 65 episodes. Not to be confused with the recent live-action reboot, the Batman focuses on slick animation quality in its combat sequences more so than dramatic character profiles. This time, Batman was voiced by Rino Romano and sported a flashy and high-tech arsenal of weapons, including a Batcave that would make a James Bond villain jealous. It's one of the more underrated series in the Heroes catalog, but The Batman still garnered a solid reception and has won over more fans in retrospect. The show earned several seasons, balancing similar tones to the original animated series while embracing its own style for every villain and hero. This Batman cartoon introduced new versions of Robin, Batgirl, and even the likes of Martian Manhunter. Batman, the Brave and the Bold. This show features entertainingly campy team-ups with DC superheroes. The show ran from 2008 to 2011 and had 3 seasons with 65 episodes. While the heavily campy days of Adam West's Bright Knight have long passed, Batman, the Brave and the Bold proves this colorful version of the character still has a place in the modern era. Each episode focuses on Batman, voiced by Diedrich Bader, as he teams up with a famous or obscure hero in a Silver Age-esque adventure. Batman, the Brave and the Bold was a vibrant Batman cartoon that lasted a few seasons on Cartoon Network, paying homage to the storytelling structure of the comic book series it was based on. It included unique animation, well-written humor, and entertaining action sequences. This Batman cartoon even shined a spotlight on lesser-known, but no less engaging characters like Blue Beetle, to bring them closer to the mainstream space. Beware the Batman. Beware the Batman was Batman's first CGI animated series. The show ran for just 1 season with 26 episodes from 2013 to 2014. Swapping from a colorful and action-filled atmosphere to a darker, detective thriller angle, Beware. The Batman starred Anthony Ruivivar as the titular hero. This series should be commended for differentiating itself from every other Batman cartoon. It never copied the previous show's story arcs, and even brought more obscure villains like Magpie and Professor Pig. Beware. The Batman also introduced Katana as Batman's partner and chauffeur, and the two shared a dynamic similar to the Green Hornet. It became one of Batman's more divisive animated shows, namely because of the CG animation similar to Star Wars, The Clone Wars. This was a stark contrast to the other cartoons starring the Dark Knight, but its focus on underrated villains instead of the classic, occasionally even oversaturated rogues remains a highlight. Batman Unlimited. Batman Unlimited experimented with a new digital approach. The show ran from 2015 to 2016 for 2 seasons with 33 episodes. Batman Unlimited is a rather overlooked animated series, as it was a series of online shorts meant for the DC Kids YouTube channel. Batman Unlimited and a few animated movies were based on the brand of the same name and were essentially an extended marketing effort for these toys. Roger Craig Smith returned to the voice of Batman after providing it for WB Games Montreal's gritty video game Batman: Arkham Origins. Overall, this animated little more than a brief collection of toy commercials, evidenced by both the confused writing and animation. The show aimed for an increasingly colorful tone, but so much so that it had trouble giving itself a lasting identity and appeal. Justice League Action. Justice League Action aimed for a younger audience but didn't sacrifice its characterizations. The show ran from 2016 to 2018 for 1 season with 52 episodes. 2016 saw the beloved superhero team return in the form of Justice League Action on Cartoon Network. The series featured the return of Kevin Conroy as Batman, joined by the 2 other members of the DC Trinity, Superman and Wonder Woman, to help usher in a new generation of Justice League heroes. Justice League Action featured short episodes that focused on a member of the Trinity as they worked alongside up-and-coming DC heroes like Blue Beetle, Firestorm, and Stargirl. Justice League Action was certainly targeting an even younger audience than the preceding DCAU shows. Even so, Action retained the sincere characterization and atmosphere of the original Justice League TV shows, which includes a more lighthearted take on the Dark Knight. Batman Caped Crusader. Batman Caped Crusader is Batman the Animated Series' successor. This is the newest Batman animated TV show right now and first aired in August 2024. The show is currently intended to have 2 seasons at the time of writing, with 10 episodes for Season 1. Fans of Bruce Timm and Paul Dini's iconic take on the Dark Knight from the animated series were treated with the news that he'll be teaming with producers J.J. Abrams and Matt Reeves for a new animated series called Batman Caped Crusader. The first image also revealed a new take on the character that paid homage to his earliest Batman costume from his debut in Detective Comics #27 by Bill Finger and Bob Kane. Batman Caped Crusader will examine the hero's origins through the lens of the pulpy neo-noir magazine serials that inspired Bill Finger and Bob Kane to create the character. Well, that's it. Every animated Batman TV show ever. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next video.